Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the C.R. Lawrence OP40011L 3/4 inch offset left-hand top and bottom pivot set flush with face frame in satin aluminum finish. So this is a pivot that is going to obey the dimensional properties that I'm going to go over with you now. It has an angle that attaches to the side of the jamb. It is a 3/4 inch offset pivot from the face of the door to the vertical center line of the pivot point is 3/4 inch, and it's for a flush face frame, meaning that the door and the frame are flush together. The door is not inset at all. This is the floor portion. You're going to have an 1/8 of an inch vertical adjustment by loosening that set screw, and then of course turning, which I can't apparently by hand, turning that nut, you'll be able to drive that, or this bottom spindle, up or down up to 1/4 inch. Let's go over the dimensional properties, and we're going to go from the bottom of the door hardware to the top. Overall height, 2 inch. Overall width of the frame portion, about 1 3/16 inches. And overall depth, about 2 3/4. And the reason I wish to provide this is so that should you be trying to visually identify, you can compare these dimensions to that. Okay. Width in this direction, just the width, about 2 inch. Now the door portion, that's going to rest into the stud. And you can see why this is a left hand. The door would sit here, and the door would swing out towards you. From your perspective, it might look like a right hand reverse. It would swing out this way. The overall height of the door portion, about 2 3/16. The width, about 1 3/8 inches. The depth, or the projection, I should say, 1 5/16. A couple of holes for screws that are there. And by the way, screws are included for everything. Hex cap screws for the door portions, then you'll have screws for the header portion and for the floor portion, or I should say the frame portion for the floor portion. Okay, the frame attaching of the floor portion. Moving up the door, the top of the door portion. Okay, got your spindle there. That is spring loaded because that's how you're going to get it attached. Once the door is down on the bottom pivot spindle, you'll tip the door in place, you'll retract that and snap it in. The overall height is going to be the same as the bottom portion, 2 3/16. Overall width, about 1 3/8. Projection, about 1 5/16. Extension on that pin, okay, about 5/8 of an inch. Now the header portion, you're going to have that prep cut in the face of the frame, and this is going to insert in. And from the underside of the header is where the 2 screws will go to hold that in place. Obviously this will be available in the bronze finish as well. Overall depth of the item, about 2 1/8. Overall width, about 1 5/16. Overall height, just under 1 inch. And then the portion that's going to sneak inside the slit or the slot cut in the header, 1 1/8 wide, 7/16 thick. Then the other dimension is going to be, let's see here now, let's pull that up. Okay, and the final dimension was going to be the width. You can kind of see where the screw holes are located. They're about 1/4 inch from one end, getting over to about 7/8 to the other. Okay, and like I had said earlier, you're going to get screws for everything. The door portions will feature these hex caps that are going to obviously go through the inside hollow channel and bolt to the back side. And let's test the dimensions with the tape measure. From the top of the pivot itself, about 3/8, pardon me, about 7/16 inches, down to about 1 1/4 inches. That's from the top. Now, from the top again of the top portion, about 7/16 down to about 1 11/16. Okay. Now you've got a real good idea of where those holes are located. I don't think I know that I didn't give you the frame portion of the floor portion. About 3/16 over to about 15/16. Okay. The name C.R. Lawrence is synonymous with storefront hardware, that's to be sure. Now there is also some data to go over. 3/4 inch offset pivot set, that means from the face of the door to the center line, or the vertical axis of pivoting is 3/4 inch. It's not, these are definitely handed and they're not reversible. You have to order the proper hand. This is a left hand. The door resides in here again. Okay. Flush with face frame applications. The door and frame are flush. Sold per set. Used on U.S. aluminum type aluminum storefront doors. And sold per set. There is an image below this video showing the important dimensional properties of everything that we've gone over in further detail and most likely a little bit more accurate detail. And then finally there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all the C.R. Lawrence products that we sell, but a link to their website, but finally a link to all of the subsections of their what would be a catalog, likely that thick should it be printed out. This is where this material is coming out of the architectural hardware catalog, certainly out of there is where you're going to find it. C.R. Lawrence is also known for shower door hardware, whether it's hinges, gaskets, towel bars, knobs. If it's a shower enclosure, that's their purview. That's the hardware that they specialize in. If you're looking for hardware that will otherwise help you install pieces of glass, think of your favorite coffee shop where you walk in and the area where the employees work, you could have a wing wall and then you could have some glass on top. Well, the clamps that are holding that glass, that's C.R. Lawrence. If you have any questions on the C.R. Lawrence 0P40011L left-hand aluminum flush face frame pivot set, complete pivot set, or any other C.R. Lawrence product, please feel free to reach out to us.